So with this exercise, your current week, you're going to have a look at how do you spend your 168-hour time budget. Now again, let's just dive straight into this exercise. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to really try and flesh out in as much detail as possible, what does your average typical current week look like? For example, what time do you get up on Monday mornings? Is it 6:30? Then you take the dog for a walk, then you leave for work at 8 o'clock and you get into work at 9 o'clock, you work through till 5:30, you jump on the bus or the train and you get home around 6:30 or 7, you sit down, you have dinner, you get to bed and get to sleep about 10:30, and then it all starts again. And flesh out what would a typical average Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday look like. Typically, are there any things that you do on evenings? Do you have any further study to do? Do you do short courses? Have you got any commitments with kids or anything else? And then what do you do on the weekend? On average, what's a typical average weekend look like for you? So what you might like to do is pause the video, maybe put a self timer on for 4 or 5 minutes and then restart the video. But I really encourage you in this lesson to do the exercise. Don't jump ahead. Sit down for a couple of minutes, try and flesh it out in as much detail as possible. What does a typical average 168-hour time budget look to you? There's 168 hours in the week, so how do you spend that time budget currently? Okay, so welcome back. Hopefully you've actually done this exercise. You've fleshed it out in as much detail as possible over 3, 4, 5 minutes. What I'm now going to ask you to, and by the way, sometimes I know that can be challenging because some people have different work commitments, or they travel half the month, or they're on they do shift work, and therefore it can change. But the real goal here is just to ballpark it. What does it roughly look like? Do you have clarity about and awareness around how you spend your time at the moment? So once you've done that, flesh out in detail what your week looks like. What I'm now going to ask you to do is, in the top right hand corner of this exercise, give yourself a score out of 10. How happy are you with that week? Is it a great week? Is it a boring week? Is it pretty much monotonous? Typically it's not unusual for people to be scoring this week 4s, 5s or 6s. So just now give yourself a score out of 10. How happy are you? How fulfilled are you with that week? All right. So again, this Kickstart program is meant to be hopefully a bit inspiring. But some of you right now might be feeling a little bit depressed or a little bit down, because how you spend each week is typically how you spend each month. How you spend each month is how you spend each year. How you spend each year is how you spend your life. Unless you change something, something's not going to change. So if this is your starting point platform of how your life looks, ideally, wouldn't you want to be spiking in things here that would make your life more exciting, more fulfilling for yourself? And usually, as I've said before, the small things can make the biggest differences. It could be an example, leave work at 5 o'clock so you can have dinner with the kids once or twice a week. Start going back to the gym or doing some exercise, or just one morning a week you want to go for a walk before work. So again, the small things can make a big difference. But this exercise is really an awareness exercise. What does your life look like now? And from that, start to build things into it, small things that can make a big difference for you. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.